How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be putting more new interior in the GTO project. And to be more specific, we're going to be replacing the interior panels right next to the back seat. Because not only are they old and faded, but they just happen to be right next to the new door panels I installed in a different video. And when you're inside the car and you see the new panel right next to the old panel, it makes the old one look quite a bit worse. So we're going to be replacing it and repainting some stuff to make it all look new again. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get right into it. So in order to get access to the panels, I first had to remove the back seat. The back part of it was just held in with 2 bolts, but the bottom part was held in with this clip mechanism. So after figuring out how that all worked, it wasn't that hard to remove it, especially with some help. With the back seat removed, it's always fun to look through 50+ years of lost stuff, but all I ended up finding was a lot of mouse poop, a quarter, a 9/16 socket, and some broken seat belts. I cleaned up the whole area with the shop vac and was finally able to remove those panels, which was pretty easy. All I had to do was pull off the window crank, then sliding it down to release it from the piece of trim that held it at the top. Then using a screwdriver, I removed that trim in preparation for the paint. Now in my door panel video, some people were curious why I went with the bright white paint instead of trying to match the color of the panels. And matching the color of the panels is what I originally planned to do, but I couldn't find the original colors that matched it. And finding a substitute didn't go very well either. So what I decided to do was, instead of trying to match the paint on the panel, I would go the other direction and do a color contrast, which I really like personally. However, if someone knows where I can find interior paint codes for a 1967 GTO, please let me know, because I would like to go back to the original color sometime in the future. So before I start putting it all back together, I just wanted to show you the difference between the old and new panels, and I think the footage speaks for itself on this one. Now starting the reassembly, I first screwed on that piece of trim and then began to fit the new panel. And just like all replacement parts, it did take a little trimming to fit right, but not too much of it, and I was pretty impressed how close they were to fitting just right out of the box. But before we go any further with this install, I had to put my back seat back in, because I plan on putting the armrest on, and with those installed, it would be almost impossible to fit that back seat. So the back seats gotta come first. Then the armrest that I bought new, it's a reproduction. And after that, I installed the window crank by just pressing it on. A bit more trimming to make sure everything was flush, and this install was done. Oh, and as for the other side, I did both of them at the same time, since that just makes sense. And I won't rehash every step, but I will say that it was the exact same process as the one I just showed you. So before I show the before and after, I just wanted to say thank you for watching the video. This has been a small project I've wanted to do for a long time, but have been real busy with other important stuff, like repairing the crash damage, and I still got to go to work and church and do other life stuff. But now that it's finally done, the interior looks way more complete, and with that success, I really look forward to seeing what it's going to look like when it's all finished. So if you're interested in following this project or any of our others, you can do that by subscribing. It's 100% free. And if you can also press that like button, it really helps us out. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.